I always find it interesting that we ascribe toxicity to masculinity. And that's not the case. Toxicity in people is fear, or is unresolved trauma, or is a lack of confidence. So we respond toxically to people who work under us, and we try to rule by fear. And that's quite often an issue that draws back to childhood. It's the way we were raised. So we now feel that this is how we need to manage others. But we kind of ascribe it to masculinity because, well, society's told us this. But I've often spoken to women who go like, I hate my boss. She is the most evil person ever. I will never work for a woman again. Why is that? Because you have a woman who comes into a place, she doesn't have the confidence, or she feels she lacks the ability. So in other words, imposter syndrome, and therefore she tries to dominate. Men, the same thing. They don't feel they are deserving of the position that they're in. So they try to rule by fear. They try to show how clever they are. They try to show that they know more and they deserve this position. And, I am the boss and you must listen to me. And that's not how we manage people. We talk psychological safety in the workplace. And psychological safety means that we use the creative abilities of the people that work for us to the advantage of the team. We create spaces where people feel safe enough to talk about issues that they're enduring at home, in the workplace, or whatever the case may be, that they don't get judged or they don't get chastised for being honest, but they get listened to, they get heard, they feel safe. And if they feel safe in their place of work, they are able to deliver, they are able to use their creativity, they are able to bring new ideas into the workplace because they know the boss is not going to overrule them and say, well, my idea is better, and then steal their idea way down the line anyway. So, ladies, if you're in a management position, bring your strengths. What are your strengths? Nurturing, encouraging, exhorting, soft, gentle management style. You don't have to be a man to manage. Men, you don't have to be dominant to manage. You can do so caringly. You can do so in an environment where people feel encouraged and safe to be able to flight an idea. And if it's a bad idea, then we go like, well, let's look at that. Let's talk about it and let's work this through. Let's see. And people will feel more encouraged to come up with ideas. And I can tell you something, that your team will flourish because of it. But if you bring your unresolved childhood trauma into the workplace, thinking that I don't want people to make me look bad, it's not going to work. You're going to just dominate over your team. Your team is just going to come to work and function on a daily basis. They're going to do what they have to do, nothing more, nothing less, and they're going to go home. You're going to have high rates of absenteeism, addiction. People are going to take sick leave every other week. And that's because of your management style. And you need to learn to deal with your own issues first. And it's very difficult not to bring your domestic issues into the workplace. It's going to happen. But if somebody has a problem at home and they bring it to the workplace and somebody has a sympathetic ear and listens to them, it's going to be a far better place for them to work. Remember that we spend the majority of our waking hours at work with our work colleagues. Let's make work a safe space. Let's make work a place where people can talk about things openly. Let's make work a place where people feel empowered and encouraged. And that is entirely up to you. You can either bring your hatred and your fear management into play, or you can bring your encouraging, nurturing management style into play. I would go for the encouraging, nurturing management style. It just makes sense. Anyway, I hope that helps you. If you want to know more, call me, Martin at martinpelders.com.